afternoon, I'm Tia Buckle.
And I'm Lauren Sprayson. Welcome to this year's final edition of Leeds Hacks News. Here are today's top stories.
Plans by Leeds City Council are underway to strengthen flood defences for the River Aire.
Independent businesses in Leeds have come together to support Leeds BID in the hope to invest in the city.
And a Leeds-based charity are trying to stop cold-related illnesses and deaths in Yorkshire.
Leeds City Council have put forward a natural river management scheme to keep Leeds safe from flooding this Christmas. It will focus on the upstream areas such as Kirkstall Corridor and South Bank, which have been hit badly in recent years. Sam Cropper has more.
A forest of new trees could be planted on the banks of the River Aire to form a natural defence against flooding. It is part of a Leeds flood alleviation scheme that will also include deepening the riverbed and building further defences. It has been put to the Department of Environment, Food and Rural Affairs for government approval. In 2015, Storm Eva cost the city £36.8 million and a further £500 million in the wider city regions. The plan has been put forward to ensure that history doesn't repeat itself.
It's better in the fact that if it's minor flooding, it will help it to dissipate. The natural environment being supported by trees planted for this reason will enhance the area for the local community, which is good. But again, I don't think it's enough unless we're talking of soakaways and runaways that takes the water away to do it on its own. But sometimes, yeah, the natural approach looks better, is more aesthetic for the people. It gives nature a bit of a helping hand. It encourages other things in the environment like animals. So there'll be animals coming into the vicinity where probably there wouldn't be. But we need to make sure it's supported by other measures as well.
I'm Sam Cropper, reporting for Leeds Hacks News.
And now on to Leeds Hacks News in brief. West Yorkshire Police are appealing to find missing man Nathan Joblin. Nathan is 20 years old and said by family to be vulnerable. He was last seen at around 11 AM yesterday in the Middleton area.
A car being pursued has rammed two police vehicles in the occupant's attempt to escape. Both were arrested after one man produced a knife.
Leeds Bradford Airport was briefly evacuated at 8 AM this morning after fire alarms were set off. Yorkshire Fire Service have said it was a false alarm and everything is running as usual.
Leeds City Council are pushing for its own Year of Culture after it was decided UK cities are no longer eligible after leaving the EU. The 12-month cultural extravaganza will promote the city's arts and heritage on a national and international level in 2023.
This Christmas, Leeds BID are trying to liven up the quieter business districts in the city centre.
This week, they transformed Bon Court into a winter wonderland with festive light projections provided by local students. They hope similar events in the future will attract businesses to invest in the city and help an independent Leeds prosper. Our business reporter, Oliver Kelly, has more.
Leeds Business Improvement District, or Leeds BID, is a non-profit organisation dedicated to improving the heart of Leeds. They put on events such as Wednesday's illuminations to attract bigger footfall to the quieter parts of the city.
This area of the city centre, Bond Court, is a really interesting sort of hub of several kind of key businesses. You know, we have on the left-hand side of the square a major company called Redmayne Bentley, who are a stockbroker firm, 150 people working there, next to clearly one of the most successful, cool sort of indie coffee places of the last few years in Leeds. Across the square from a really cool restaurant, Black House, really important. Brand new, very posh hotel in Dakota. So it's an important little square in the city centre, but actually is not known to that many people.
Every year, independent businesses that have business rates over £60,000 a year put money back into a pot. That money funds nights like tonight, so it's all about Leeds giving back to itself.
So I guess tonight's just a bit of a celebration of Christmas for people who work in this area of Leeds. I'm in charge of the mobile projections, so we've been going around Leeds with a van and a huge battery, just beaming out Christmas animations for people to watch. And we've got it set up in the square here, and yeah, just hoping people enjoy it.
Actually, the brass band brought us down. You heard about the event.
But Leeds BID, actually, I know Vicky from Leeds BID, so she told me about it and we thought we'd come up.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah, really good fun.
We love live music, the brass band's great. It's good Christmas spirit as well. Lots of people out.
Loving it.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Leeds BID puts on events such as this all year round, so be sure to look out for upcoming events in the city centre. I'm Oliver Kelly for Leeds Hacks News.
With Christmas falling on a Monday this year, today marks the first of 2 Mad Fridays. Emergency services are concerned about a higher number of incidents with thousands of people flocking to bars. While the festivities are generally good-natured, police are urging people to stay safe this evening and think twice about calling 999. Meanwhile, for many businesses, this is the busiest night of the year and an opportunity to make lots of sales.
Town in general does get quite busy, there's a lot of excited people about, a lot of people finishing, going on their office parties, and it's the last opportunity. A lot of people break up today, a lot of schools break up today. It's an opportunity, obviously, to hit some really good sales, but also to test what you've been doing to the mainstream and to go as quickly as you can and make sure all the systems that you put in place are all going to be working for you.
Last year, more than 34,000 people died in the UK due to the cold weather. Most of these were vulnerable elderly people.
The Leeds-based charity Care and Repair has made it their mission to reduce the number of cold-related illnesses and deaths in Yorkshire. George Webber reports.
As you can see today, I have plenty of layers on and I'm nice and warm. However, this isn't always the case for a lot of local Leeds residences. Last year, the National Statistics Survey brought out a statistic that claimed over 34,000 people in the UK alone died of a cold-related illness. Particularly, this number was made up by a lot of the elderly.
Care and Repair is a voluntary organisation, charitable status, and we've been around for 30 years now. Recently celebrated our 30th anniversary. And Care and Repair was originally set up to support older people, disabled people and people on low income to live and remain in their own home for as long as possible. So if we come across anybody who is particularly cold or their heating appliance has broken down and they're waiting for a repair, we're currently able to offer winter warmth packs, which as you can see has a little sort of thermos flask, thermometer, because it's really important that people know that what temperature the properties are at. Recommended degree is 18 degrees. Socks, gloves, a blanket and a hot water bottle.
With the coldest of the winter months fast approaching, be sure to stock up on necessities such as blankets, heaters, tea, coffee, and even get your heating levels checked for free if you're pregnant or over 60 years old by the Care and Repair team on 0113 200 9156. This is George Webber reporting for Leeds Hacks News.
Leeds is buzzing with the opening of the new Kitty Cat Cafe on the Kirkgate.
Following a £500,000 refurbishment, the Old Yorkshire Bank is now designed for rescue cats to feel at home. This is their second branch with the original in Nottingham. Visitors can sit, relax and play while enjoying cakes and tea. A £6 welfare fund is required upon entry to support the cats. The cafe is also a rescue centre and can house up to 30 cats under the care of a welfare team. Alongside providing a place to enjoy the presence of a furry friend, the cafe also works with the local rescue centres and communities to rehome as many cats as possible.
It's really pretty in the inside as well, and it's so colourful with the cats just playing around. They do come after your tuna sandwich, but it's really nice to get them coming around just to play with you, and also go about, just giving you the furry, fuzzy feeling.
Been to their sister location, Nottingham, twice because I'm really cool like cats. I don't have a cat, and I live in a flat, so I'm not able to have one myself. So for me, I just love being around cats because it makes me relaxed. I love seeing them playing, sleeping and having fun. So I get to do that with friends, so it's great. So this provides a great situation where they can give a shelter and they can also allow the public to have a bit of fun with cats as well. I find £6 is fine, and you know, it's one of those kinds of places where you can go every now and then and still have it as a treat.
Meet the man who's taken 5 years to pull his boat over 120 miles on the canal from Liverpool to Leeds. His final destination will be his hometown, London, but he doesn't expect to get there until 2037. Samantha Lorraine reports.
Ben Cummings pulls his homemade boat via rope along the canals. He set off in Liverpool in 2012 and has finally reached Leeds this week. Ben made the boat out of cardboard and other recycled materials he has found along the way. He plans to host art workshops across the country to get enough cash for an engine so he can reach his final destination of London in 2037.
Well, initially it was a rescue project. My friend Ben Parry, artist, had built, I guess, a structure that looks a bit like this for the Liverpool Biennial, and it needed saving. It was going to get trashed, and I just put it back on the water, and yeah, it's now 4 times the size probably now. So you always hear different. Some people, you know, I'm coming out and brushing my teeth, standing on the deck, and some guy comes up to me and goes, "What do you do?" I'm like, "I don't know, what do you do?" I do perceive this as an instrument. This whole project is piano raff, but it's an instrument as well.
This is Samantha Levine reporting for Leeds Hacks News.
It seems Scrooge has come to Leeds this year as it's been named one of the cities that hates Christmas the most. With Christmas festivities round the corner, we took to the streets of Leeds to see whether there are some Grinches amongst us. Amy Irvine reports.
Dickens' Christmas Carol is one of our favourite stories, all about the mean old man who hates Christmas but grows to love it. But it seems Scrooge is alive and well and living in Leeds. It's just been revealed as one of the cities where we hate Christmas the most, or do we?
I absolutely adore Christmas. The reason is because to see my children's faces light up on a morning, and also I get the pleasure of finding and buying the worst and most tasteless Christmas jumper ever.
It's massively expensive and everyone wants you all the time. So in retail after work and things, I have to go home, buy presents for people, wrap them, prepare like my family dinner and everything. And it's just wholly inconvenient because as a student as well, I've got exams and assignments to do, and it's just not the best time of year for me. It's stupidly busy and it's just not very fun.
Happy, exciting. We do it a lot, don't we?
My opinion is family. A lot of time with family, away from work. That's one of the best things, away from work.
If you get
expensive, but once a year.
I like Christmas a lot. I think, because I'm not religious, a lot of people say, you know, I've got a few people on Facebook, a few people that I know that talk about how it's got religious roots, which is arguable, but probably does. But for me, it's a time of year just to spend with family, a time of year to reflect upon the year. It's good that it comes at the end of the year, if that makes sense, because you can reflect upon what you're going to do the next year and what you've done across the year.
Love it or hate it, it's impossible to avoid it. There are only 10 sleeps until the big day. We hope you have a good one. Amy Irvine reporting for Leeds Hacks.
We hope you're wearing your Christmas jumper today in support of Save the Children charity.
To donate, please text Team Hacks 15 to 70050 to give £5 and help children this festive season.
That's all from us. From all of us here at Leeds Hacks, Merry Christmas!